time now. A lot of earnings reactions have been coming in, and another good quarter has been posted by Caplin Point. The stock has already been a doubler this year. I think in just this year it's up about 100%. In the last 1 year, the stock is up about 83-85% odd. Vivek Siddharth, the COO, now joins in. Hi Vivek, good afternoon, and thanks much for speaking with us. So you've done about 400 odd crores for FY17, but already the first half you've crossed that 250 crore mark. Are you on track for what, 550, 600 crores this year?
Hi, good afternoon. We would like to still stick with our guidance last year of 20 to 25% top line growth and bottom line also. Without getting too specific on the numbers, I think it's very likely that we should be able to achieve the same guidance that we've given last year, which is about 20 to 25%.
Okay, and what about margins then? Because we've seen a big improvement actually in your operational performance this time around. You think there's still more headroom for you?
See, we've gotten into a very unique segment in the last 12 months, which is basically this is into pharma, OTC, and soft gels and wellness categories. So the margins and the kind of markets that we're entering inside are definitely a lot more profitable than before. Albeit there is a bit of a credit cycle, but this is something we wish to, over the next 2 to 3 years, we want to make it back to how much of a cash flow comfort that we used to have about in the last few years, you know.
Okay, so this soft gel and OTC, what has been the contribution? I mean, what's the kind of growth that you're seeing, and which is the market where you're seeing the most traction?
Today, even as we speak, around 90% of our business comes from Latin America. Over the last 14 years almost, we've created a good platform where we've got a very good distribution network in all these countries where we're operating in.
I mean particularly for soft gel.
Yeah, so I was just going to say that since the platform is already created for the generics that we've been dealing over there, all you have to do is make sure that we've got more niche and value-added products that we can put on that platform, which has got even a higher contribution margin than what we see with the generics. So that would be one of the reasons why the margins have gone up even more than last year or the couple of years before that.
Okay, and what about this, the injectables business? I think you all have already made a foray into it. What's the plan there? How much could be the contribution?
Yeah, so we've got the first ANDA approval already, and we're about to go commercial on that. We filed 2 more dossiers, and we're in the process. Over the next 3 to 4 years, we will be filing about 35 to 40 ANDAs, all in Caplin's name. See, the US is a very dynamic market, so we don't want to get into specifics on what kind of market there will be at the time of launch. But the only thing is that I think many people talk about generic pricing pressures and all that in the US, but to the best of our knowledge, we've noticed that many of that happens with oral solid dosages, not so much with injectables. Injectables on the whole, we've noticed that they've sort of kept their price as much as, because the number of players are very few and far between. Specifically, if you looked at companies in our segment, I think we're pretty much one of the very, very few companies to hold an injectable plant with the FDA approval.
Vivek, thanks very much. Appreciate you joining us with those details. Interesting set of numbers.